Welcome back to English with Tom and Julia. Today we're diving into a topic that almost everyone carries in silence. Why we keep trying so hard for approval, and why it exhausts us.
And more importantly, how to shift your life so you grow for yourself, not because you're afraid of disappointing people. It's a big topic. It's emotional, but it's real. So, let's begin. Since childhood, we're conditioned to believe that being good means being approved. You get praised for achievements, scolded for mistakes. So your brain learns approval equals safety.
And as adults, we continue that cycle. You try to be the good student, the hard worker, the supportive friend, the perfect child. Not because you truly want to, but because you fear being rejected.
This creates a dangerous mindset. You stop asking, "What do I want?" And instead you ask, "What do they want from me?"
And that's the beginning of losing yourself. If you constantly try to impress people, everything becomes pressure. Your work becomes pressure. Your friendships become pressure. Even rest feels like pressure because you feel guilty.
Yes, you start thinking, if I rest, will they think I'm lazy? If I say no, will they be disappointed? If I fail, will they stop caring about me? This is how you lose peace, when every decision is based on fear, not desire.
And ironically, the people you try so hard to impress, most of them aren't even watching. You're exhausting yourself for an imaginary audience.
Let's get very specific. Here are deep signs you're living for others. You constantly overthink what people think. You hide your true preferences. You say yes even when you feel overwhelmed. You avoid conflict at any cost. You change your personality depending on who you're with. You feel anxious when you're not productive. You feel guilty resting.
And the biggest sign? You don't feel proud of your own accomplishments. Even when you succeed, something feels empty because that success wasn't built for you. Psychologists call it external validation dependency. It means your sense of worth comes from how others see you, not from how you see yourself.
This usually comes from childhood expectations, perfectionist households, comparison culture, social media, fear of disappointing others, and feeling like you need permission to feel proud.
But here's the truth. Other people's approval is unstable. It changes, it comes and goes, and it's impossible to control.
If your self-worth comes from others, you will always feel insecure. Always. People say, just choose yourself. But emotionally, it feels wrong at first, because choosing yourself means setting boundaries, saying no, letting people down, disappointing expectations, breaking old habits.
And if you've been the people pleaser your whole life, choosing yourself feels like being selfish. But it's not. It's self-respect.
You're supposed to protect your energy, not give it away just to keep people happy.
When you finally stop living through other people's expectations, something quiet but powerful happens inside you. It's not dramatic. It's not fireworks. It's more like clarity. Like your mind suddenly exhales after years of holding its breath. You wake up one day and realize your life doesn't feel like a performance anymore. You're not editing yourself. You're not rehearsing conversations in your head. You're not scared of saying the wrong thing. You're simply being you, and it feels strangely peaceful.
Yes, and peace is one of the first changes you notice. A peace that doesn't depend on who approves of you, or whether you're doing enough, or if someone is disappointed. You start moving slower, not because you're lazy, but because you're not rushing to meet expectations that aren't even yours. Your days feel less heavy. Even your body feels different. Your chest loosens. Your shoulders drop. You don't realize how tense you've been until you finally relax.
Another change you'll notice is this. You stop comparing yourself to everyone around you. Because comparison only happens when you feel unsure about your own path. But once you choose your path, genuinely your own, there's no one left to compete with. You realize, oh, I'm not behind. I'm not ahead. I'm simply on my path. And that's deeply liberating.
And Tom, you know what else? You start reconnecting with things you forgot you loved. People pleasers often lose their hobbies, their curiosity, their spark, because everything they do is about being useful to others. But when you switch that energy inward, you rediscover yourself. You pick up that book again. You revisit an old dream. You start learning a language, painting, writing, taking walks, cooking. Not to impress anyone, but because it brings you joy. You become alive again.
And maybe the most surprising part is this: you attract better people. When you're always trying to please, you attract those who take advantage of your kindness. But when you finally respect yourself, the wrong people naturally fall away. They can't survive in an environment where you're no longer sacrificing yourself. And the right people, the ones who value honesty, independence, boundaries, and authenticity, suddenly feel drawn to you, because real people recognize real energy.
Exactly. Your relationships become healthier. Conversations feel more genuine. You stop apologizing for existing. You stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You stop letting guilt control your choices. And something beautiful happens. You begin trusting your own voice again. Not the voice shaped by fear, but the voice shaped by truth. You become grounded, steady, confident, not in a loud way, but in a quiet, I know who I am now way.
And once you taste that feeling, you never want to go back. Because finally, maybe for the first time in years, life feels like your life.
Let's break this into practical steps. Step 1. Ask yourself, who am I doing this for? Every time you start something, pause. If the answer is them, think again. Step 2. Build tiny acts of self-loyalty. Do one thing each day purely for you. A book, a walk, a hobby, a moment alone. Step 3. Learn the art of disappointing people gently. You can say, I'm not able to do that right now. It's simple, it's honest, and it sets you free.
Step 4. Celebrate your progress privately. Don't wait for applause. Clap for yourself, because you know how much effort it took. Step 5. Talk to your inner child. Tell them, you don't need to earn love. You're enough.
Here's a rule that changed everything for me. If it costs your peace, it's too expensive. If something forces you to betray your authenticity, if something makes you feel small, if something drains your energy, walk away. The more you choose yourself, the more your life aligns. Not overnight, but slowly, beautifully, naturally. Before we end today's episode, let me say this clearly. You don't need to try for anyone. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to perform to be accepted. You're already enough.
Your job now is simple. Build a life that feels good on the inside, not one that just looks good on the outside.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. If no one has told you this yet, we're proud of you for choosing yourself.
See you in the next episode. Take care.